Hey everyone, it's your girl Tara Michelle. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, Opinionated Scents, our safe space to discuss all things fragrance, whether we like them or not. Today's video is all about the note of fig, which can sometimes be very, very green and other times be very deep and sweet, rich, decadent, and thick. So we're going to talk all about it. But first, I want to share some exciting news with you guys. It's exciting to me because this is the first time that I am talking about something that was sent to me for me to review. Of course, there are no strings attached because y'all know I'm playing type of games. And this is something you've heard about before, something you've seen before. You may even own it. And I have my very own discount code. Wow. First time ever. I think it's amazing. So let's go ahead and talk about this beautiful company called Roses Forever. So I know they were launched in 2019. They hail from New York and they use all natural oils to preserve the roses for a year, guys. Now here's the thing. This case, like this is, you can get them round and square. And then you can choose the roses of the color of your choice for your roses. Are you kidding me? This is my favorite color, blue. I am very much a royal blue, cobalt blue type of girl. Oh, they smell like real roses and like essential oils. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's talk about this. When I went to their website after I saw quite a few people talking about these, like last year and earlier this year, I thought to myself when I saw the prices, I was like, you must be out of your mind, because these prices were, I think I saw some like in the hundreds, maybe more depending on how big and how many roses you get. But then I thought to myself, okay, Tara Michelle, let's talk about those holidays and let's talk about those certain situations, because here's the thing, guys. In all honesty, they reached out to me like in June. And I was like, I don't know, because if I wouldn't go purchase it myself, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to tell someone, go spend your money, go spend $100, $200, $300 or whatever the prices are on something that I personally wouldn't. So finally, I responded to them and I was like, hey, go ahead and send them to me. Let me see if you can change my mind. If you can give me a reason to think, yeah, I'll go ahead and drop that much coin on flowers. I'm not a florist. I do love flowers. I love pretty things, but I can't take care of them. So when I get roses for my birthday, for Mother's Day, for Valentine's Day, for anniversaries, one of the hardest things about that for me is that they die so quickly. Like, I'm lucky if I can keep them alive for a year. For a year. Jesus. Take the wheel. I'm lucky if I can keep them alive for a week. With the, trim the things at an angle and, I got to find some scissors. Now I got to try to, listen. And then you got to put the food in. And then you got to remember to change the water. And you got to put them somewhere where there's some sunlight and blah, 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 blah. What? I don't, where's this notion that we are going to send somebody a gift that they got to work on and take care of every day and primp and pamper? You give me a gift, I want it to work for me. I want it to pamper me. That's just me. I'm just saying. So over the years, I've really told people to stop sending me flowers. I just didn't want to deal with it, to be honest. Then I got these. And first of all, I was just so taken aback by the color. Like, are you kidding me? And then the fact that they last for a year. I thought about my grandmother who's 75 years old, I thought about other people who may have family members who can't get up. My grandmother is fine. She can get up and go, but she loves flowers is what I'm saying. And she decorates her behind off. She would love something like this, something that she doesn't have to go water and take care of every day, but it's still beautiful and magical inside of her apartment. Or people who have family members who can't get around anymore, but they still love flowers. They want to look at something pretty and be able to smell something pretty, because depending on what all you have going on in the room, this will fill up the room. It's really, really nice. I'm going to take them to work and have them in my office because they're just gorgeous. And sometimes you just need something beautiful and peaceful to just reel you in when you have a hectic or stressful day. So if you have a loved one that you normally buy flowers for just because, or for those major holidays I just mentioned, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, anniversaries, birthdays, maybe Christmas. I don't know. Then think about how much you're spending on those 2 dozen long stem roses. Multiply that times 4, or how many times you purchase flowers for them in a year. You're probably going to come up with a price that's similar to what these are, or these might be less, So when you think about it, there is the label on front. When you think about it that way, then it makes sense to say, okay, let me purchase something that's less work, extremely beautiful. Look at this. I have about 12 vases or vases of all the flowers that I've gotten. Flowers are nowhere to be found, but the vases are just all over my house, just like decorative now. This here, I just love it. It's so quaint. It's so nice. It's so neat. I now understand the price. I now understand the benefits. I understand all the different reasons why. Let me just give you another example too, because I thought about this. My 20-year-old son doesn't live at home anymore. And for the first time ever in his working adult life, he purchased flowers for me this past Mother's Day. Guys, you don't know what that meant to me. When you have kids and they grow up and they do their own thing and they still remember you on a special day, first of all, with this younger generation, it's an accomplishment, okay? And then they died. I kept them alive for 2 weeks because I worked really hard. Harder than I've ever worked to keep any flowers alive, I assure you. Of course, everything good comes to an end eventually. And I was really, really sad and really, really affected by that. More so because they were for my son and it was the first time. When I think about these, had he gotten these, I'd still have them. And I'd still be in that perfect memory of the fact that these are the first set of flowers my son ever purchased for me. I get to have him for a full year. And then next Mother's Day, he'll buy them again. I'm going to leave all of their information, a special link to their website, plus my discount code, which happens to be Tara20, TERA20. Now, here's another thing I want to say to you guys. If you go to their website and you haven't purchased before, I do believe that the discount is better. I think for your first time purchase, you might be able to get 20% off or 50% off or something like that. I can't remember. If they're having a sale, please go with what's going to save you the most money. If you've already purchased with them before and there's no sale going on and you want to use my code, I do believe it gets you $20 off the bouquet of your choice. Please go ahead by all means and do so. But I want you to cater to your pocketbook first, okay? So now we can finally get to the fig. Let's jump right into that part of the video. Our first stop is to the house of Dua. This is called Fig of Amalfi, which is an inspired by fragrance of Aqua de Parma's Fico di Amalfi. So this is such a beautiful, potent unisex fragrance. So the opening is a bunch of citruses. You have grapefruit, you have bergamot, you have citron, and you have lemon. Baby, that's all the opening is. It is absolutely exquisite. Oh my goodness, if you love citruses. There's also some jasmine in here. Makes a really, really pretty appearance. There is fig nectar and fig tree in here, I do believe. And then there's some woody notes as well. This is so pretty. Oh man, y'all. Now, this is a unisex fragrance to me. It is very just, it's not masculine, it's not feminine, it's just nice. If you love a woody, citrus, green fragrance, that's what you're going to get here. Originally, the fig for me came across kind of like fig leaf, like that green, normal, vibe that I get whenever I see fig leaf in a fragrance. But as it dries down, there's a sweetness that comes in that feels meaty. It feels like, you ever had a fig in your hand and when you bite into it, that texture, that definitely comes through with the fig nectar, I believe, so much more than the fig tree. I just feel like fig tree as a note is more than likely also gonna pull woody, probably. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with that note, but I do know that I love this fragrance. If you are a very feminine girl like me, this may not be for you. I'm very shocked at how much I like this, and I know it is specifically because I'm such a citrus fanatic. But I can't deny that in the late part of the mid and the dry down, this is a very beautiful fig fragrance. I love it. And I've never smelled the original, so I can't speak to that. This one here, I top up every 4 hours. For as loud and as potent as it is in the opening, when you first spray it and everything, it does kind of start to sit closer to my skin. It stays on my clothes. Again, that is why it takes me 4 hours before I top up again. But this one is not diva mode yet. I think I've only had it about a month, a little bit over a month. So yeah, by the time I want to wear this in the spring, it probably will last all day. Y'all know how doers are. Sit them on your shelf for a couple of months. You come back and it's a whole different beast. Next, we're going to stop by the house of Guerlain and visit with our Aqua Allegoria line. This is Limon Verde. This is the best lime fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. That perfect lime is hit with so much sweetness in this that you guys know I'm in heaven. There's fig in here. There's green notes in here, of course, with the lime. You also have tropical fruits, sugarcane, and tonka bean. See, they understand what you're supposed to do with a lime fragrance. The fig in this, I get more predominantly in the base, not so much in the opening. It's there. It is there. And if you have a keen sense of smell when it comes to fig, you're going to pick it up. But where you get the richness and the decadence of it, the little that you get, because again, this is a lime fragrance, the weightedness in this that helps it last as long as it does, because this lasts longer than all the other ones that I have, except for Passiflora, which I sold, but still, that one lasts for days and days. They're not known for longevity, so I'm telling you, the fig plays the biggest role in keeping this going, along with the tonka bean. And it's just really, really pretty. It's a nice, pretty fragrance that I think people who have trouble with fig can get away with, because, dude, it's not the star of this in any means, but it is there, so it's on the list. Pretty for the sake of being pretty. Of course, we're talking about Marc Jacobs. And this fragrance here touts 3 notes. It touts pink peony, fig, and fig nectar. So of course it made the list. However, I just want to say, I feel like that's a load of malarkey, because this smells just like Daisy Love. This is Marc Jacobs Daisy Love Spring. So it absolutely has the majority of whatever is in Daisy Love, because there's only a slight variation here with the fig, but it is beautiful. This is fig that is sweet and decadent. I absolutely love it. It's not really green, even though the tint of this is green. It's not a green fragrance to me. It's, man, dude, it smells just like Daisy Love. So I don't know what to tell you. I got it and I love it because it smells like Daisy Love. Like I said, the fig does a little something different, but the DNA of Marc Jacobs Daisy Love is so strong that honestly, you do not need this one if you have the original. Don't fall for the hype, but this is still a beautiful fig fragrance. I have a video dedicated to this fragrance, as it was the first review I ever did on my channel. I fell in love with this fragrance and I thought that it was getting a really bad rep, so I had to speak out on its behalf. This fragrance is actually the reason why I started my YouTube channel, so it's near and dear to my heart. This is Ariana Grande's R.E.M. So I fell in love with the note of quince or quince, however you pronounce that fruit, and fig in this fragrance. You also have musk and lavender in this. Then you also have caramel, tonka bean, and sandalwood. Like, I just don't see where we're going wrong here. Now, some people think it smells like a light men's cologne. Okay, I've talked about that in my review, and I'll stick that up in the cards. I don't think I'm actually in the video. I think I'm just talking and just showing the bottle. I think I was still a little, had a little stage fright still at that point, but how I describe it really explains what this fragrance means to me. The fig note in here is absolutely beautiful. It's sweet and it has that texture to it. It has that meatiness to it that I'm talking about regarding that inside of the fig, you know, and it is a beautiful, sweet contrast to the tartness of the quince. This is just well played, well done. She stepped out of her comfort zone with Cloud, and with this, I think in Thank You Next on just like, you know, not so juvenile of a line, just trying to be a little bit more of a young woman. So this one, just, I love it. Let's make a pit stop over at Bath and Body Works so we can talk about their brown sugar and fig fragrance. Now, I don't have the spray or shower gel or anything else, but this has notes of fresh fig, coconut milk, and caramelized brown sugar. Oh my gosh. When the semi-annual sale comes back, y'all better know. Oh man. I think I got some lotion on my nose. I don't even care. Who has smelled this? This is amazing. Why didn't you guys tell me? Like, I thought we were, that's messed up, man. Fantastic. Elizabeth Arden brings us a citrus, tea, floral, green fragrance. And the sweetness that you find in here that finally finds its place up against the greenness and the tea-ness of it all is absolutely beautiful. Again, it's the sweetness of the fig that we're finding here. Not too weighted, not too much texture of the meatiness, but just the sweetness that we know a fig can add to something. If you chop it up and put it in your salad, the sweetness that it can add to help you with the bitterness of kale, let's just say, if you're on a really healthy diet or something like that. So this is Elizabeth Arden Green Tea Fig. With all of the green teas, you're going to get that green tea. You're going to get that green note. You're going to get that zen-like quality, and then they all have something special that they add. I really do love the use of clementine in this too, but I really enjoy this. It's refreshing. It's one of the ones that I still reach for in the fall. Most of them, of course, is going to be spring and summer for me, but I do like the fig in here, and these two pair very well together. This one here is like light, you know, I'm applying every 2 to 3 hours. It's like a body spray. This one here adds some depth to it, some weight to it, some sweetness to it. So when they're together, I can just, you know, top up every 4 hours. This is a green fragrance that I chose in a tag once when it asked me, what fragrance would you wear to the zoo? And I thought, all those stinky animals, yeah, I'm going to wear something that's potent, that's loud, that's going to keep me in my own little scent bubble. And I chose Versace Versense. This is on everybody's favorite spring, summer fragrance list, along with Chanel Eau Fraiche and Mac Turquoise and Aqua de Joie. This is just a beautiful green fragrance. Now, let me tell you, there's, you know, florals in here, citruses in here, woody, you know, olive tree. There's all kinds of good, yummy, green, spring, summertime stuff in here. But the fig in here is where I think we get the level of sweetness that we do. And again, it comes in more, even though I think it's placed in either the top or the mid, it comes in for me in the base. Again, I think when all that green chaos is going on, the florals are doing their thing, the fig just sits there, bides its time, and shows when it wants to. And when it does, it's perfection. So, and I'm noticing that in a lot of these fragrances, the ones I have left on this list, super green fragrances again, and then in that base, morph into something completely different with the sweetness of the fig. I think it's just exquisite. The house of Hermes makes some beautiful fragrances. They actually dare to think and dream and create outside of the box. I really love what they do over there at that house. This is from their own Jardin line, of which I do have a dedicated video to the entire line, and I will put that up in the cards. But this is the greenest of them all, and it's called Un Jardin Mediteranee. Now, the fig leaf in here is exquisite. The sweetness that we get in the base of this fragrance, yet again, is heavily influenced by that fig leaf note. This opening is frightening. If you are a woman who prefers feminine fragrances, hold on to your britches, okay? Hold on to your britches, clutch your pearls, you know, just wrap yourself tight in your favorite blankie. suck your thumb, do whatever you got to do to get you through the trauma that the opening of this causes. Y'all think I be playing? If you've smelled this, talk about it in the comments. Now, if you like masculine smells and this probably was a vibe for you, this like opens up with juniper and cypress. There's also some citrus in here. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Pistachio too. I love the pistachio note in here. But baby, you got to get to the good part. The opening. Man, I almost, listen, I was torn in between throwing this across the room and just giving it away. I didn't even want to sell it. I was just like, no with this opening. But if you're brave and you're adventurous and you're patient, because now the opening is not as frightful, you know, well, it probably will be if I sprayed it right now because I haven't worn this in a very long time. But by the second or third wear, if it's in your, rotation for a month, you'll be okay. The House of Tocca is a beautiful niche house. I have a dedicated video to all of my fragrances in that collection too, plus a dedicated video to the newest one I purchased called Bella, because I got it after I made that video, I think. Or maybe it's in the video. I don't know. I'll put whatever I find in the cards for you guys. But Tocca is beautiful. Now, this one is Amelia. Amelia is so pretty. She has so much going on there, just so many notes. But you do get fig leaf and you also get fig in this. There's also some praline and some amaryllis. I remember amaryllis because I do believe that that's my baby Amy Glam's real name, her first name. So, but there's a lot going on in here. There's that Agasma stuff. There's that Maite or Mate or have, all of that stuff is in here. But the opening is so green. It's not as green as on Jardin Mediteranee, but baby, it's a close second. It's frightening almost. And give it, 5 minutes to dry down on your skin, and then the world opens up with all the rest of the beautiful notes, the praline, the fig. Like when you get into the sweet heart and depth of this is such a beautiful fragrance. I don't hear enough people talking about Tocca as a whole, but I definitely don't hear them talking about Amelia the way I think she deserves. So beautiful fig note, beautiful green fragrance that transitions into something very sweet and very much date night appropriate. So yeah, not linear at all, guys. Now that we're down to the final fragrance, I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm about to name. This is a newer release from the House of Mugler. This is Angel au Crossiere 2020. The fig note in here, the fig nectar in here, along with that signature angel praline and patchouli combo. It's much more dialed back, much more refined. The fig nectar is just so fantastic in here. The magnolia, the musk, really afterthoughts. I'm sure they're in there playing around somewhere, but it is all about the fig nectar, the praline, and the patchouli. This is a fragrance that I have been craving the chance to wear because I got it when it was hot outside. And no. We weren't doing that. But I have just been itching and aching and, whatever other words you want to use for fall to get here so that I could start, you know what I'm saying? Just bring it to me. And guys, I just don't even know. I received this one before the 2019. And then I ended up getting the 2019 and Angel Nova and then Angel Eau de Toilette formulation 2019. And it's like, who have I become? Who am I at this point? And then Angel Iced Star. All of a sudden, I'm just a star collector. Call me Galaxy Girl. I don't even know what's going on. I hope that's not a real person. If so, I apologize. I'm not trying to take your name, but I digress. I absolutely love this. I think I'm going to wear it tomorrow. You all know the drill. It is time for you to drop your favorite fig fragrances in the comments. And if you want to, if you're someone who isn't familiar with fig or you think you don't like fig, we could talk about that in the comments too. I can let you know which one of these would probably be better suited for you based on your tastes. If you're still here and you have not already, click the like button. please do. Also subscribe, join the Terror Squad while you're here, as well as click that notification bell so that you never miss any of my future uploads. You guys know I love talking to you in the comments. Again, a big, huge thank you to Roses Forever. You guys rock. I love my roses. And until then,